Hi, thanks for joining Juan and me for a ride today. This is Juan Part 3A. It was a little bit long. I did most of the ride today because I am taking him out for his first ride. And I wanted to show the warm-up and then what I did when I rode out. So I did break up the ride out, but all of it ended up being long. And I know with submitting videos and the readers or the observers time frame and interest that I need to try to keep it, I think, around 10 minutes. And if it's 5 minutes, that's fine too. So one thing I will continue to apologize for, I laugh. I look at the video when I get home and I go, oh, look, it's crooked. But one of the things that I'm learning is that if I focus on the head of the horse, the rest of it doesn't matter. So when I'm watching and everything, I look at like I'm riding the horse, over the horse. If I look at the environment, then okay, it's not desirable or ideal, but this is what I've got, and I've got a plan B now for how I can check how my camera is sitting on my head. That hopefully will sort this out. So little by little. Anyway, so the good news is when I'm starting Juan out now, I'm doing my normal walk on a long rein. I'll walk in both directions. I'm examining that piece under his, that feels like something in his left rib cage shoulder connection. So the really great thing is that he didn't really want to breathe when he first came. So now what's nice is I can get on, I can start to, let him go for a little time, and then I start to add my aids to sort of iron out or straighten that piece in his body. And because he's having success to straighten it, and because he's trusting my aids, I'm able to change his pattern that he wants to go to within, I'd say, a minute of riding now. And then another good thing is Carol reminded me to test how he was feeling about having his shoulders stretched out before I got on. So the good news is that when I pull both the left and the right shoulder out and place his leg out in front of him on the ground to do a shoulder stretch, he was completely undisturbed. He just stood there with his legs out. So Juan was saying, as a feedback from the body worker, that's really good news that at least we're on the right track with that. So anyway, what's great is he's starting to breathe right away. Usually horses show you they're breathing. You could feel they take a deep breath, or maybe they sneeze a little bit or cough or do something that starts to show that things are waking up, that they're not in a frozen interior state. And he's starting to offer that instead of at the end of the ride, right away. So I take these as really good signs. One of the things that probably all of you riding have noticed, that you can be riding along, think, oh, that's better, and then all of a sudden they breathe or they do something that shows that they really energetically have just shifted a big piece inside of their body. And I think it's critical. You look at saddle fit, you look at the fact for him, and the saddle fit's been a piece. He has some white hairs on his right shoulder, and that's not natural. And again, he's so short coupled. Part of it's the breed, part of it is who he is you have one place to sit. So now that I'm really keyed in on that, when I get on him, it's not that I try to sit like a slob on any of the horses, but with him, I try to go right for that place, so that he has less time having to be disturbed by what I'm doing or what I'm potentially doing. The other really nice news is that there's some resistance. You saw it there in the rein. But what's nice is as I go to take a feel of the rein, is that he has that little habit of tightening on the left rein and moving his head right. But what's nice is he's starting to separate out, that when I take a feel of the rein, that he doesn't shorten his neck, overflex, that he stays lengthened in his neck, and he accepts my hand, and he starts to chew. So pretty soon all of that's going to go away. But I have to look at increments of getting there, because if he doesn't allow me to pick the rein up without being disturbed, then I can't communicate to him that I want him to chew. And part of changing the chewing in the first reflex releases all of the pieces in the pole and the jaw and how the hyoid's working. And I just did this amazing seminar with Sharon May Davis. If any of you want to know about the inside of a horse, she is a rock star. I mean, in some ways it was a little depressing because a lot of things that I've felt over the years I'm attributing to things that are not quite right in the body. Maybe there's problems with the vertebra or there's an attachment with the ligament, but it doesn't matter. The good news is that these things are real for horses. They can be improved upon. I mean, that's where people like Liz, who's a great body worker, or Linda, or different ones are amazing, and they help to change energetically the inside of the horse. And then if I'm doing my job, then I feel those changes and can adapt the riding and enhance the physical manifestation of it in the horse. And we work as a team. So that's a big deal. And Sharon May Davis's work, again, anybody who rides a horse cannot cheerlead enough for you to look at her work. She talks about feeding. Don't you love that? He goes right by the lady looking at the phone and the dog, changing direction. So I was going the other way, which is his hard way. And what's cool is it's getting better. Every single time I ride him, that kink in his body is getting better. There's almost, okay, when I go left, I keep him a little straighter rather than worrying about the bend, because I just want it to longitudinally connect and for him to let me diagonally support him from his right hind through the left shoulder, through the left rein. But whereas when I go this way, this is his easier way. The kink is on the outside, and then I can work more on true bend, having the rib cage slightly displaced to the outside, how the neck is pushing forward. But the good news is when I'm going left, it is really significantly changed. Now, Carol reminds me that it's been not quite a month, but I get impatient because I see that this is a big deal for Juan, and that piece, I want to get it sorted out, but it takes time. The good news, it is getting better every day. So one of the things, back to Sharon May Davis's work, is that she works a lot. She does incredible amounts of dissection all the way through the outside to the inside, not just cutting in and looking at the inside. She goes through the layers of the fascia and all the attachments, and she looks at a horse that's been chosen is being euthanized because it has some, in a way, formidable lameness. And so in doing that, she can study what is going on inside the horse that relates to the exterior. Just amazing work. So now, today's the day I'm going to take Juan out for a ride. I've let him down the road once, I've walked him down on a by saddle, and today I'm going to ride him out. So we're headed down to the gate, and I think he's probably going to be fine, but you just don't know. Oh, this is cool. There's a car coming down the driveway, so eventually I get an idea, a preview. How is Juan going to be passing cars? Because this is part of my environment. Wow. So I love stuff like this showing up. Look at him. He didn't even blink. So again, it gives me a chance to kind of preview when I'm out on the road eventually. How is he going to be about traffic? Is he safe? Because not only do I need him to be obedient, but it's got to be safe, because cars are big and solid, and I can't mess around with that. So that was an A+ for Juan. And he's just a trooper. Boy, you just can't. It's hard to find horses with this kind of disposition. It is just awesome. So I'm looking forward to starting the trek outside. Now today I'm planning to just walk because I want to study how he is about making the transition out. And is he anxious? How is his proprioception? How is his obedience? How is his curiosity? So we'll go ahead and get a chance to look at all of that today. Now we got this stuff on the gate. I know it's a little weird. I don't know why that stuff's on the gate, but it is.